100 Dalmatians. We don't talk about the last one. And we definitely don't talk about 102 Dalmatians.
I see. Well, there is something I need to do that I messed up and forgot to say. Technically, we get to do it at the end of every single time that we finish up a thing. But I guess we'll only do it once because this is a shorter one, anyways. Where is it? Getting started. Advancement. There it is. So technically, at the end of every single session, you guys hit what are called milestones. Now, that being said, they're not like nuts, game-breaking, crazy kind of things. You get to do one of the following things, and I'll go ahead and post these in chat too. You get to switch the ranks of one of any two skills or replace one average skill with one that isn't on your sheet. You get to rewrite one stunt. You get to purchase a new stunt by spending one refresh. Reminder, you can't go below one refresh. Or you can rewrite any one of your aspects except your high concept. Those are all options that you have as your characters progress and such. Oh, way to be ahead of me.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. So those are those. If you guys wanted to do any of those, you can do them right now, and we can go ahead and talk about them. But other than that, that's the only thing we're gonna be hitting on specifically, because they're at the end of every session, and if you guys remind me, I'll give you some confetti every time.
So can I do one now since we?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna switch. Shoot and rapport. So my shoot is now a 3. My rapport is now a 1.
Smart.
Report. Rapport.
The fact that you can just straight up switch any skill is kind of nuts. I'm not gonna lie.
Get rid of one of my stunts.
What are the stunts?
You can change your stunt for something else. Speaking of which, I wanted to also have that kind of be a goal today. If we can try to work on getting some stunts going. For reference, I loved your base stunts and how you like kind of pulled it into different things. But it might be good to also think about there's other ones. First, specifying how often it can be used, like once per session, once per area. There's specific wording that I can't remember off the top of my head. There's actually a different one that I was curious about that nobody talked about yet, and I guess I haven't really said much about the stunts as a whole anyways. There are things that you could say like, oh, because of this, I can use my skill for skill of this in replacement of this. So like, because
so like
of
my crafting thing with the pit and the shoes. Using craft for fight.
You didn't use craft for fight. You used it from a special movement thing. But that could also be a thing. Is like you could move. You can use. It's mostly like your knowledge of. You're able to roll deceive instead of provoke, or you're able to roll resources instead of craft or something. Like that kind of thing.
My evaluating one technological thing, is that a stunt or an aspect?
A stunt. Aspects are things about you.
Okay.
Specifically, we want things that are like going to be more like something you can actually use about your character. So like
so if I were to do fade into the background for one of my stunts and get like a +2 for a stealth roll
once
a session.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Or I mean, just make up all 3 of these if we want to.
Yeah, you can make up all 3 if you want to, but again, keep in mind you're not going to be able to change them tons.
Okay.
Like you're not just going to be able to constantly swap them out, and they're supposed to be like going with your character, the kind of thing that makes sense with your character. They're more essentially you're supposed to grow yourself with it. A good example of like one that, so the other thing is you can have one that's always active if it's very, very specific. So like Reds, for example, working at the animal shelter gives him +2 empathy checks with animals always. which is like it's cool because it's a very very unique specific scenario that's not always going to happen, but is also still very usable and like a fun little thing to have that also is flavor with his character.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Awesome
Mhm.
possum.
So is my +2 to a stealth roll once whatever okay? Like,
Yeah,
could
once
I
a
make
session
that
would
a
make
stunt?
sense for that. Yeah, absolutely. Like the other kind of side would be like specifically when rolling for stealth in a or when you could also have something that like once per session, instead of a stealth roll you can roll burglary if it's something related to stealing something, something like that. Obviously that's not necessarily something you need because I think both of your numbers are
Yeah, I
incredibly
was gonna say,
high.
I have a 4 for burglary and a 3 for stealth. I just when I need stealth to work, I need it to work.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I get that.
So fade in the background +2 to stealth roll once per session is, and then save.
Yeah, once per session.
Okay, here are my three that I have now. Mike, can tell me what you think about them. As a once per session, I can evaluate one technological thing around me like I would a person. So it just gives me essentially the ability to evaluate and learn technology. Once per session, I can turn on my super charm and add 2 to my deceive. And then I said once per combat. I don't know if this is going to be loud. I can choose to try to reason with the enemy and use my empathy as an attack instead of trying to attack them.
So what you would have to roll,
Psychological warfare.
the way you would write that is you can roll an empathy instead of a specific attack. So like I'd need to know like what are you replacing that with, because you can't just straight up say I'm using it as an attack. It's so like the
So I was saying
deceive
using it as an attack instead of shoot.
Sure. And then how is it instead of shoot? Like, are you trying to
I-
use it as a
I'm using,
distraction
like-
and then actually shooting them?
No, I'm using like psychological warfare to like break them down.
So more like a mental attack.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Sure. Would you be okay with that having to be mental damage?
Sure. Can mental damage stop someone from ever attacking again?
No.
Fuck.
There's literally a mental stat.
Fuck.
Also, that would be broken and power gaming.
Rah, rah, rah.
All right. So you guys all good to go. Got the concept there. And then if you're not already have one right now, thinking about stuff that you might be able to do later.
I'm trying to come up with one since I do not have a shoot ability. I'm trying to figure out how to work that into like I don't want to like shoot an enemy, but I want like something to do with hand-to-hand combat. But I don't want it to be game breaking. Because like I have a 2 for fight, and I'm trying to figure out how to word it.
So the other thing is, don't forget, you guys did not do a lot of this during the combat. You don't have to be fighting to be contributing to combat.
No, I'm aware.
And I'll do a much better job reminding you guys. Like, that's the other thing is, don't necessarily feel like, I get where you're coming from. Having a stunt's really nice because it means that one situation where you really, really want to be shooting, you can still have like a shot that goes off. But don't forget, like, it's super important to also have the fact that you can, instead of shooting, be actually looking at things and saying, oh, I'm going to go ahead and roll to create an advantage for a friend and stuff like that. But yeah, you could, I don't know, like, give it some time.
Quick question for the group. Since we can...
Hello?
Huh?
I think he's dead. He's dead, Jim.
Since we can.
Oh no!
Whatever shall we do?
Clicked on the wrong button. My bad. I'm on my phone and I accidentally clicked on the voice call on my computer.
Nice.
So switching the ranks of any 2 skills. Am I able to go from because I haven't used lore at all, and I feel like investigate would be a good one to swap that over to a 2. Am I able to do that, or is lore something that I can use like investigate?
It depends all on how you're gonna describe being able to use lore. Like, especially think about this situation. Like, the odds of you knowing at least remotely some Arthurian legend and being able to actually take a piece of that and applying it to this escape room that we're in right now is probably substantially high, right? It's just we've keep in mind we've only gone through 2 sessions. There's only so much that you guys have been able to actually, consume so far, right?
Fair enough. Yeah.
So there's always that.
And so we'll always have 4 1s, 3 2s, 2 3s, and a 4.
Not always, but right now, yes.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, you can switch. So you can either switch rank 72 skills, rewrite 1 stunt, purchase 1 stunt, or rewrite any aspect except high concept.
Yep, and that is every single, at the end of a session, you'll be able to do that. But at the end of an arc, bigger stuff can happen, and then I also will have moments where there are things for advancement. There are breakthroughs, there are minor breakthroughs, and major breakthroughs. So during the minor breakthroughs, for reference, I'll go over these again. When we hit a minor breakthrough, you guys will be able to do one of the following. Oh, sorry, no. You get to do one thing from the milestone list, and then you do all of the following. You can rewrite your character's high concept if you care to. If you have any moderate or severe consequences not yet in recovery, you can begin the recovery process, and then any that were already in recovery are cleared. And then you can increase the skill rating of 1 skill by 1 step, even from mediocre, which is off the page, and 0 to average. That's a minor. And then a major would also let you do one or both of the following, which I'll be deciding based off the situation. Gaining a point of refresh, which you can then immediately use to buy a new stunt if you want, and then increase a 2nd skill rating by 1 step. Does that make sense?
That's like saying I could make like my empathy go from a 4 to a 5 and my deceive go from a 3 to a 4.
Yes, if I feel that there was a major breakthrough that we need to do that for, and then also you get the point of refresh, which is a pretty big deal.
Cool.
And how do we know how many refresh points we have?
It's on your character sheet, but everybody had 3. You can technically spend one right now to replace or to add a new stunt and get rid of a refresh, but that's on you guys to.
Well, so since I just added that stunt for fade in the background +2 to stealth roll once per session, I would then get rid of a refresh.
No, because you already have a base. You have a base of 3 stunts. Should be 3 stunts. I'm pretty sure.
3.
Oh, so it's adding an additional one.
Yeah. So if you decided you didn't really want to ever use fate points and you exclusively wanted to use stunts because you're a wizard or something and they're all your spells, or that's how you mind game it. That's for your meta. What you think, then that would be how you do it. That's not exactly, this scenario, but that's the kind of concept that would be for. Sound good?
Just so everyone knows, Hunter switched her fight and her academic, so she's now a 4 fight and a 3 academic.
Cool.
Also,
More smashy smash, less brainy brain.
Also, I think all of her stunts are really good, so she should read them.
Hey. Right now?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, okay. One of my stunts is once per session, I can rev up and super smash an enemy, adding +2 to my fight.
Cool.
Hulk smash.
Yeah.
Is that one okay? Micah?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. My second one is twice per session, I can take a deep, steadying breath, something Scotch was working with me on, and notice something going on around me and help me fight better.
We might have to tone that one back. Because
I could notice that one of the robots from the last thing or whatever, for example, was like weaker than the other, so I go for that guy instead of the other guy.
So do you mean like notice like you see its stats, or notice like you give somebody else a boost? Because like the stats one, absolutely, that one would work really, really well.
Yeah, like how last game you were saying, oh, you guys didn't check their health at any point or anything.
Yeah.
I just thought like if I take a deep breath and just like notice one little thing, like how low this thing's health is, or
yeah, that'd be
whatever,
perfect. I like that.
Then
I like that a lot.
make a better decision on like what my action was going to be.
Yeah. No, I like that. I think that's good.
Okay, my third one is once per session, I can use my photographic memory and medical skills to provide aid and bring someone back one level of consequence.
So
So
for
to
that,
bring them from severe to moderate or moderate to mild.
so that would be way too strong.
Okay.
But what I was thinking is you could make that more along the lines of you could have an advantage. You could have a +2 for the medical roll on trying to care for that, which is essentially it's making it an easier roll towards the lower quality. So like taking care of a mild is instant. We do that on our own. But moderate is you have to roll a I think it's a 4, and severe you have to roll a 6. If it's a mental issue, you have to roll it in will, and if it's a physical one, you have to roll it in academics. And so with that,
okay, I could say to provide aid and add +2 to like whatever
to a consequence repair roll or a consequence
+2.
first aid roll, I guess is the way to say it. Does that sound good? Awesome.
+2.
Yeah, that'll make it way better for you to also be able to heal up anybody who's dealing with any severe issues. Because getting a 6 is brutal. Like trying to roll a 6 at all, even with your, especially with your academics being down at a 3 now instead of a 4.
Yeah.
So that sounds good to me. Cool.
Okay, cool.
I can use empathy to heal people's mental stress, right?
Yes, but it has to specifically be not mental stress. Stress clears at the end of a thing. It's mental consequences.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so consequences are shared between mental and physical. You can only take one of each consequence, but if you're getting attacked both mentally and physically, then you have to get it repaired with the matching kind of concept.
Cool.
Awesome possum. So we're all good to keep going?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I believe so. I'll work on coming up with 2 more stunts for me.
Yeah, no worries, no stress about it. I just wanted to bring it up because I felt like we didn't really do anything with it, and I was trying to let it naturally occur, and it didn't seem like it was, so I wanted to go ahead and push it along a little bit faster.
I wanted to switch my academics and fight, but I was like, oh, I already chose it. So I'm glad you said something.
Yeah, no worries. I'm glad that I'm sorry that I forgot it last time, but I'm glad that we have it now.
How fucking dare
I know,
you.
I'm just the absolute worst. So yeah. All right. So last you left off, you guys had just finished wrapping up with the training, and you did pretty okay. Nothing too crazy. It didn't seem like the king was like, oh my god, these are the best warriors we've ever gotten. But he was definitely not disappointed with you guys. The fact that you didn't just get demolished by the training bots, that says a lot. And it really does show that you guys are really the top of your class, you think. It's a little hard to tell considering you didn't go to the school and all, but...
Pit MVP!
Yeah, no joke. Everybody's doing the pit. I don't know.
Everybody do the pit.
You guys seem to be capable enough to take on this mission, especially now that we've got you ready to go with your robo-suits. We do need a little more prep time to ensure you have a fully set up gear, but there's some people around who would love to chat a bit and talk to you before you go on your trip. It's going to take probably about 2 days before you can get going. So make sure to just talk with our different people. We've got Uther Gearbringer. He is our local Earth Robotics Garage Master.
Did you say Earth robots?
Yes. I didn't say Earth robots.
All right. Noted.
He mostly works on our sales of gears and aids with the prim and proper new attachments that you can receive around the city. There's also the head Earth Scout, Vivian Eaglin.
I just realized you meant Earth as the planet and not Earth as the element.
The element?
That'd be pretty cool. But
I went through the same exact thing. I went, all right. So we've got rock robots. And I remembered we have the option of going to other planets. Well, we don't have an option to go to other planets, but
sorry. I know that Earth isn't the most exciting when you guys have been in the schools and everything. They always play up the space
it's safer
world.
for us here.
Yeah, I mean it's important work here. And then Vivian mostly is going to focus on trying to help you guys find out a lot more information about where you're actually going, rather than just being like, "Yep, you got to go find where it is on the lake." Shrug.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking to her.
And then finally we have. Oop, that's not. Finally, we have the lovely Blanche Sprocket.
Blanche.
She is our local scrap master. Not a scrap master supreme, although she's trying her hardest to get that title. But she's really the dirty side of robotics, making repairs, fixes, and modifying everything, getting down to the nitty gritty and changing things up. She'd love to take a look at the gear you guys have and see, what you might be able to change and tweak a little bit. So is there anybody do you guys want to go to see different people? Who wants to go see who? Like, what's the plan, guys?
I don't know about you guys, but I'm absolutely going to go talk to Vivian. I'm going to see if I can't get whatever classifies as a blueprint in this world for the coming area. See if I can't put some of this let's say involuntary purchasing
I think
go a little bit smoother.
I think the word you're looking for here is called a map.
Yeah, a map.
I'm not sure that we have blueprints of our towns, but I know we do have some maps.
That should definitely help me.
How about you, Scotch? Anybody catch your eye? Anything that you specifically want to go talk about?
I feel like we should stick together. I feel like we're in a foreign world. We still don't really know what the hell is going on. We just got beat to shit by a couple different robots. I feel like we should.
But that was training. It's not like they're gonna hop in on us in the middle of town.
I want to stay together as a group, so I propose that we all visit each one together, get as much information so we can all listen to it and hear it.
Well,
I agree, because if you guys get attacked without me, you're fucked. So.
Oh, there shouldn't be anybody getting attacked, as this is going to be in the castle, but you guys are more than welcome to stick together, talk to all of them, then figure out what you're going to spend your time on for the other days. So is that Vivian's going to be up the stairs on the right. She has her own little section. It's pretty obvious. It's kind of the top of the tower-ish area, and she's always looking around. She loves that nature stuff.
Red, are you on board with this, or do you want to do something different?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I just I want to apologize to you, Your Highness. I did not perform very well in the fight. I'm more of an entry. I studied more of the entering side of school. I'm not really much of a fighter. More of an academic type.
More of a lover. Not much of a fighter. More of a lover.
It's more than okay. We really do understand that every group needs a full-rounded group of people. If everybody was just fists and fighting, and that's the only thing they could do, I don't know how they'd ever get through the actual situations where you need a more delicate touch, So I also kind of noticed our training bot seemed to really, really hate you. So that might have been a problem too. We'll have to double check the programming.
Because he had the glasses.
Yeah, I don't know if there's some specific programming in the training bot or what was going on. Maybe it was a weird bug, but man, they just went all out on you there.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. And then actually, just while I was thinking about all of that, did my book change? Like the book I got from the first room change at all, or is it still just?
From what you can tell, it's the exact same book that you had. So, yeah.
Did we smash the PDA thing?
No, you guys kept it.
Oh yeah.
Is it still looks saying the same thing?
Right now, it's showing up as completely blank.
Okay.
Good. No, I'm assuming that's good.
I can't tell you that.
I'm ready to head to whoever.
My theory
in character, I feel relieved that it is blank and not trying to kill us.
Internally, again, I'm not asking from Micah, but that makes me feel like they don't have, whatever you want to call it, like the waves that will allow it to work on this Earth that we're on correctly. on this planet that we're on correctly. So I agree. I'm with you, Pockets. I think it feels good.
I'm fine. I don't typically stick together in the setup phase, but I'm not gonna argue if you guys follow me to the Eagles or the Earth Scout.
It's all good. Nobody says you have to all stay there if you end up talking to her and stuff like that. Plus, who knows? She probably knows the most of all of them. Not to make fun of Blanche or Uther, but let's be real. Which one of them sounds like the most studious and knowledgeable?
Uther.
Not Vivian?
No. Uther's got robots in his name. Literally in his name.
He sells stuff.
Okay.
Okay. So
Don't argue with the king. Don't steal his out.
So you guys go ahead and make your way up to this majestic castle, and on the inside it kind of just looks like what you always dreamt of, a castle that was like a little cyberpunk. And sure enough, you follow the king's exact orders, go up the stairs, and on your right you see this lovely, like, not quite balcony, but like almost like a sunroom, which you swear you couldn't see from the outside, which makes you, question some things.
It's a TARDIS castle.
And you see a woman sitting in there working on a giant cartography table and very much like studying each thing, has a bunch of books everywhere. But it's, at the same time, it's this very, very thin, sleek woman who very clearly has no interest in fighting, but simply getting places and not being seen. Seeing as much as possible and knowing as much as possible without having to deal with anybody else.
Kindred spirit. I already like her.
Is anybody gonna talk to her?
Yeah. I'm pulling up notes from last time because I wanted to make sure I've got software Excalibur.
Do you want a page in the escape group where you guys can write your own notes together?
Yes.
Please.
Much appreciated.
Absolutely.
I won't probably keep any notes, but I'll definitely read everyone else's notes. So.
Scribe.
Scribe.
No.
Well, that sounds like a job for Dalton.
Mr. Historian.
Yeah.
Listen.
Listen.
Hang on.
Also, I would like my first turn to be getting inside the TARDIS and seeing what happens. I'll roll for it.
10 out of 10. Love it.
All right. I'm gonna walk up to her and introduce myself. Hi, I'm Maggie, but most people just call me Pockets.
Hello. I'm assuming you guys are the new crew that has just arrived from the school.
That'd be correct. What do you know about why we were brought here? I'm not quite sure how much information. I'm assuming you know a significant amount of what goes on around here, but also can never be too safe.
I mean, yes, I know almost everything about everything going wrong around here, but I'm surprised they didn't give you a brief before showing up. Whatever, we'll yell at that school later.
Right.
Clearly, they're lacking in their skills department.
One could say that.
Yeah, the majority of why you guys are here are because our knights are currently out in the rest of the universe trying to hunt down Morgana after our last victorious war against her. We really did trounce her, honestly. It's a real bloodbath, but that's neither here nor there. And we're really trying to get you guys to help iron out the last few issues of where she is. Because, obviously we're just, we totally know, but, we got to train some other people too. We're definitely not lost at all trying to find her.
And what all do you know about this software called Excalibur?
Ah, yes, Excalibur. So we can tell that it should be underneath Lake Lady-O. Lady LDY-001. But screw that. That's a long name, and I have more important things to say.
Can't argue with that.
Underneath Lake Lady-O is where we assume she is. We know that one of our old school inventors actually worked in this area, and this is where she worked on Merlin and Morgana when she started building software.
it kind of sounds like it's a well enough known region. Do we have any maps of the area? Maybe that could help us plan out a way to possibly get that back for you?
Right now, the majority of the map information is all in my head. I wish I could really give it to you guys, but I need more time and more manpower to be able to hand something over like that.
Well, we are men. We will help you.
We are that manpower.
Sure, it would probably take... if I had to guess... I could probably describe it to one of you if one of you stayed one day and helped me out. Otherwise, with two of you, I could probably work enough to get a description for all of you. If I had, I would say, 3 days with one person, or, that equivalent of 3 people for 1 day or something like that, I could probably give you one person a copy of a simple map. If you gave me like 1 more day's worth of man hours, I could probably get you all copies. And then if we had a little bit more time than that, I might be able to get you guys a slightly more in-depth map. We're not exactly 100% sure where the cave itself is, but I'm sure that I could work with you guys within, if we had, essentially 5-day man-hour work things. Sorry, I don't do technical terms.
No worries.
If I had that kind of time, I might be able to work with you. Did I say 5? Yeah, 5 is about right. I could probably get you a much more detailed and informative map. But, that's quite a bit of work, even across all 4 of you. That would be 4 of you for 1 day and 1 of you for the next. And I would rather you spend time with me helping me work on obviously the most important part, which is a map, and understanding the area itself. But Uther and Blanche would be quite upset with me if I didn't give them some of your time. I know Uther needs some work around the shop, and he'd probably be willing to pay you, maybe help you guys get some new equipment. And Blanche is always a fan of tinkering and messing with stuff, and it's really hard to do that when you guys aren't there to tinker with her and give her some feedback. So, stuff to think about, that you'd probably have to talk a little bit more with them about it.
When do you need your answer by?
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, can we talk with them first and then let her know?
I'd prefer that you all say you're going to stay here now, but I understand that you should probably talk with everybody before getting back to me. So no rush. We have, plenty of time in today. In fact, you guys probably could give me the answers by the end of the day today, and then we could sleep on it and start the next days, because the 2 days that we need for setup anyways are going to be after today. It's the next 2 days. It's already getting pretty late. One of you can see outside. It's actually not, it's like that moment before sunset where it's a little bit more like dusk, I guess. Not quite a sunset, but it's coming soon. You can see through her giant, amazing window, which, let's be real, some of you are jealous of.
Extraordinarily.
Because what do you guys think?
Let's go talk to Uther, huh?
And Miss Vivian, I did not want to ask this of the king, but there are rumors of the school that we attended about what exactly happened to the program, Morgana, and I was just hoping maybe you could elaborate on them.
I cannot divulge any information on the program, Morgana. That's not really a part of my duties anyways, so I couldn't really tell you too much more than anything I know, which isn't very much.
As fuck.
Sounds an awful lot like a robot. No,
sounds like a robot.
No worries.
Thank you so much, Vivian.
No problem.
There's a very high likelihood that I'm coming back, maybe with some help to at least get one map from you. But we'll check in on the others and let you know how it goes.
That'd be most excellent. Go ahead and let me know by the end of today, and we'll get set up for the next 2 days. By the way, before you guys end up leaving at the end of the 2 days, I'm going to make sure to actually properly brief you, apparently unlike the school was capable of doing, about, people in the area anyways. So you kind of at least know a little bit about who you're going to be dealing with and possibly tackling in the area around Ladio.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, I don't think we have enough time, speaking of time, to go to both people as a whole group.
Yeah,
okay,
I think
should
we're
we
gonna
split
up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's already almost sunset.
As we're walking and deciding what to do, she said we could either take a total of 3 days work, get one map, 4 days work, get all maps, or what was the 5 days?
you get a nicer map.
Okay.
But that
So
was with one
basically,
person.
That'd be everyone, basically.
if we put 2 people there, we could get 1 map in a day and a half.
Okay, so let's split up the 2 smartest people, which I think are Smash and Red. Let's split them up 1 to each, and I'll go with Red, and Pockets and Smash can go together.
Okay.
Who do you want to talk to, Red?
Let's talk to Blanche. Let's go to
Cool.
Blanche.
How are you gonna get there?
Okay. We'll go to Uther.
I don't know. Find someone. Vivian, how do we get to Blanche?
So Blanche is going to be in the basement area. She's usually tweaking on stuff. Tweaking things, not on drugs, for
say
reference. To be fair, she's a little eccentric. And then Uther was usually in the shop area of the main floor.
Perfect.
Cool.
Okay,
We walk to the shop.
I'm gonna walk to the basement with good old Reddy.
So which one do you guys want me to start with? Because I obviously can't do both at the same time because
Go
that's not
ahead
physically
and
possible.
start with Sprocket.
Cool. So Sprocket, you guys walk into this insane, for lack of a better word, like hobby cave that just is nuts. You just see all of these gears on the wall. You see robotic pieces you have no clue what they could possibly be for. You see just electricity shooting around everywhere. And in the center of this mess, you just see this this beast of a woman working underneath a giant robot. Like you used to see people work on cars in Earth where you're from, and just like cranking away.
Nice.
Hey, Blanche.
You hear her mumble and then push out from underneath, and stand up with a wrench in her hand still. Aye, you must be the new recruits.
Yes, that we are. This is Red. My name is Scotch. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good. We were just told that we should come chat with you and ask you a few questions and stuff. Wanted to see what we were sent here, obviously, by the king, and we're just trying to get some more information before we head out here in a few days. So wanted to kind of touch base with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me go ahead and take a look at what you guys ended up picking anyways. And as she says this, she's grabbing like the things on your head, your what was it? I think you goggles and glasses, I believe, for you too.
Yeah.
She hits it a little bit with her spanner and is like, interesting. So, I thought there was supposed to be more of you.
We want to split up because like we're running out of time. The days already grows long as we speak.
Yeah, that's fair. Do you know what the other 2 of your groups ended up with?
Yeah, one of them had goggles and one of them had the helmet.
Good picks. I see you got a well-rounded group.
Thank you. I agree so as well. I'm going to give Blanche a good old wink.
By the way, during the training combat that the king put us through, the sound on my glasses stopped working. I don't know.
Oh, that should have just been a temporary thing during the training for telling you what could possibly go wrong. Is there still an issue, or...?
I haven't tried lately. I'm going to put on the glasses and see if their sound's working, I guess.
Merlin chimes in, but for some reason... Hark! How art thee?
This is... I can work with this. This is fine.
This is fine.
So it's all good then? No problems?
Yep. I think we're good.
Alrighty then.
Oh, Red.
So obviously... Oh God, what have I done?
You're judging yourself, man.
Oh no, this is fine. Everything is fine. Don't worry about it.
I was gonna say mine's still in English, Micah. Don't forget about that.
Oh no. I'll have to. I'll be okay. I hope. So most of what I do here is making sure things work how you all want it to work. So if there's anything that you guys find that are especially problemsome, I can work on improving your robot. But there's only so much of a degree we can do, because you guys are actually with our sleek robot suits, the Mark IIIs.
Sweet.
Yep.
Awesome.
We can't do anything super crazy over the top, those are exclusively really for our space cadet ones. The ones that are more the Mark 13s. Man, I could talk about these all
Whoa,
day.
we got Mark 3 and you gave them Mark 13s?
They're different series, laddie.
Yeah.
Sounds like they're a better series, huh?
No, anything that's Mark 3, the Mark 1, 2, 3 are all the Earth style ones. The 10, 11, 12, and 11, 12, and 13s are all of our spacecraft based ones. And then
Okay.
we even have the 100 series, but that's more a very, very hardcore spaceship, basically.
Oh, go ahead, Red.
You work with machines quite a bit. Do you ever touch on the software, or are you more specifically hardware?
I mostly deal with the hardware. The software kind of works itself out. Merlin isn't too bad. He's usually pretty on the top of making whatever hardware we work with him given.
Yes,
That's not how English works.
It wasn't really Merlin I was referring to. If you catch my drift, I'm trying to understand really what corrupted.
I'm gonna kind of give her a sly smile, give her a wink, be like, "Yeah, so what do you know about this Merlin thing, huh? Kind of crazy."
She sees you, but she seems completely disinterested.
Wow.
Fair. She's like, whatever. I mean, she knows that she loves herself and that she's awesome, and this definitely hasn't, isn't something that hasn't happened before. But she's like, whatever. Just brushes it off and kind of ignores it.
Little blow to the ego there, Scott.
So I'm sorry, I missed it. What was your question?
Yeah, I was more speaking to Merlin's worse half, Morgana. There are many rumors floating around the school about what the corruption was caused, and I didn't know if you had any sort of enlightenment on that.
Oh, we don't really. That's mostly an upper part of us, kind of thing. I'm more here to just work on things and tinker and make things that are awesome, Not really quite like Morgana.
Yeah. Is there any invention that you're particularly fond of at this moment?
Oh, that's a tough one. I really been enjoying working on everything, because honestly, robots are just so incredible. Especially the sleek ones. You'd be surprised that we've been able to crank down and get shrunk down in size and working. It's the amount of robotics. I mean, you guys tried out in the training session. You guys saw how incredible those things can be.
We did. Can you enlighten us just a little bit on what these suits and Merlin include that can do? I mean, what are the capabilities? Do we have prefabricated weapons? Can we alter our weapons? Can we make whatever weapon we desire? I mean, how does this work? Can you give us a little more info on it?
So, based off of what y'all did in the actual training simulation, Merlin has already been working on getting you a specific set of weapons that fit what you did in the training. They're actually all temporary in the training. It's all virtual. I don't think you'll ever notice, because, man, the technology we have is incredible top of the line stuff here when you're working with Pendragon.
I started working on one of the machines and it sort of faded through my hands at the end there.
Oof. I like the tinkerer inside you, though. That's a fun aspect to be messing around with.
Oh, Red, she's a little interested in you.
Before we leave for our mission?
Well, if you work with me, I would love to be able to fix up anything you guys are specifically wondering about. But it really depends on what you're wanting. So, I think she pulls up what looks like just a giant, for lack of a better words, iPad. Just this tablet that's got data on it. You can't read any of it from where you're standing. I see that some of you used things that aren't necessarily implemented in our normal skin-based suits, like rocket boots. They're there, but they're not nearly to the degree that some of you relied on them for. So if that's something you guys wanted, we could work probably one of you with me for a day, making sure that that's working all good. Stuff like that. And anything that you could think of that would possibly, if you wanted a specific visor to help you target a little easier while you're out and about, being able to maybe help your teammates a bit better. if movement was more your thing, we could work on more spring-loaded shoes to possibly make it easier for you to run away. I do see that one of you seemed to struggle a bit with the fight because you kept getting shot. We might be able to build a defensive mechanism, a slightly better armory, depending on which one you picked, and make it better for bullets, because I think that's specifically the cause of harm in this case, which might take 2 days, but it should provide a quick reaction that you could probably use once per fight to make the bullets do a whole 1 damage less. Something along those kinds of lines, Anything the mind dreams of,
So essentially, in layman's terms, if we spend 1 day with her, we could each of us can make 1 small improvement to our suits. If we spend 2 days with her, we can make kind of a small and a large improvement to her.
It mostly depends on what you're trying to do. Like, just if you talk with me, I can give you a time frame that seems reasonable.
Okay.
All right, I think I'm good to think about it and switch it over.
Cool. Yep.
All right. We're over to Uther Gearbringer, and you guys just walk in and see what looks like this giant, pristine, just garage. It's got robots. It's like you just walked into a legally distinguishable from Disney's IP robot place that also has vehicles that could transform into robots, but legally not transform. If you catch my drift.
More than meets the eye.
Elaborate further. No.
Yes, this is a situation that definitely is more than meets the eye.
If they're like star screaming. No.
Excuse me, it is Red Dwarf Yeller in this world, sir.
There we go. Excellent. That's what I was hoping for.
I didn't love it.
And you see this huge just beast of a man with kind of like a bald head, but like, that classic bald head, but the weird side thing, and just this glorious mustache.
To Smash in terms of size.
How big is he?
He rivals Smash's size.
Ooh.
This dude carries around crates of robots all day. And you can tell that it doesn't seem like at a glance he's wearing a specific robot suit while he's over there just lifting a bunch of robot parts and bringing them behind his shop area.
Okay. So we say, hey, what's up, Uther?
You say, hey, what's up, Uther?
Yeah.
Welcome, friends! I'm glad to see the class has made it here. I'm glad to see the class has made it here. Although, I was expecting more of you.
Oh, yeah, we split up so that we were losing daylight so we could make it to both you and Blanche today.
That is fair. Time is of the essence always, my friends. Speaking of, I hear that you might be looking for new things to acquire for your robo-suits.
Yeah, we sure are. What do you got for us?
Oh, I tell you, kids, there are so many amazing brand new things that have come out. However, you have the more expensive suits, the Mark IIIs. They're much, much tiny. Requires a higher budget than you might have right now. So I may need some help around the shop in order to afford said budget. With that, to be able to buy something that might be able to give you a small bonus in a fight, or the more you work with me, maybe we budget all the way up to everybody getting some nicer things that might be able to have a free punch that you might not be able to punch on a normal day. We have so many cool robotics that really let you enhance your performance.
Okay, well, how long would we have to work to afford these fancy things?
Well, I see some of you would be hard workers, and you see him look directly at you, and some of you less so, and you see him look directly at Pockets.
You know what?
The shade.
Can't argue with that. I'm thoroughly enjoying my my slimmer model. It's I'm not much of a run up in your face like you or Smash might be, but It gets the job done. I wouldn't want to go too overboard on the size here, but I can definitely see some of my friends possibly being interested in this.
Yes, yes. Even if you weren't interested, or even if you were interested, we could figure something out that small human could do. But don't worry about it right now. The bigger
So
thing is
now you got my attention.
we work on brand new robotics designed by top engineers here. And, that comes with the price tag. But it could be anything that could help you out temporarily. Even if you spend a very, very long time, we might even be able to get one of you a robotic part that could permanently stay with you, not just a temporary boost. So,
Okay.
everything from we could get one person a small boost, like I don't know, probably a one-shot pistol rounds that'll help them out. We have plenty of other smaller boosts that come for you guys, something to help you out, that overclock, or the kids call it nowadays, whatever.
Got anything back there for hiding?
Hiding. I think a lot of this could be used if you needed to be a wuss. But I think we did just have a new shipment of I always forget it because I hate these things. Some technology that makes it cloak of invisibility-esque.
I can only imagine how hard it must work to hide somebody of your stature.
You see Uther kind of glaring towards you. And he's like,
Hey, okay, Uther, yeah. So, got anything like a big hero thick fist that I could just like shoot off my fist at something?
we may be able to improve certain objects, but I'd have to look out back. Most of we do have rocket fist, but that's something that should have come core on your robotics suit.
I already have rocket fist.
Yeah, you had it last time.
No, I just had lice.
You see him pull up a tablet that looks very, very newfangled, something you don't necessarily recognize. He says, I see one of you was very big fan of punching and training exercise. Very approval.
Yeah.
3 guesses who?
Yeah.
Well, probably not the disappointment, but
I like this guy.
I'm not even there. That's messed up.
I would say the person who has fists, since the spike fists are not as common here, your suit must have already been working on having something more sharp, but also still extend your range of punchability. And with that, you kind of look towards your hands, and you see your suit turn on a little bit and show a hologram of what it's been working on, and you see kind of this glove that has this this kind of like a wrist cufflink kind of thing that you don't quite recognize, but it definitely looks like it's got a bit of a boost to it and might give you some extra space. Now, if you need to change it.
She said toy.
Toy, yeah. Toy. Yeah.
Nice.
Now, if you need to change it a little bit, I know that it's not as good as brand new Ruski technology, but Sprocket has some expertise in improving certain scenarios. I'll give her some credit. Although it's not brand new, it's not shiny, and it's not the glory that is brand new. She does good work. She makes things work exactly how you need it for the time being. There's no warranty on her work, though.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna hold my tongue. Almost spit back.
All right. So Uther, how many days would we need to work for you to get like one person's suit good versus maybe something for all of our suits?
So for something that would boost one of you, I would only need one of you for a day. For something that might be able to help all of the party, maybe a couple of times, I'd need 2 of you for a day, or, one of you for 2 days. If I got something a little better, I might be able to help you afford in our budget this, something of this stature, which would let you, he motions towards some really shiny robotics things, from weapons to, like, robo wheels to springs, or at least you think they're springs. It's hard to tell, being this universe and all. Those would probably help you all across an entire occasion, and probably let all of you do at least 2 things at a higher level than just the simple boosts that these other toys might provide. If we keep that going, probably 4 of you in a day, or, the 4-day total work hours. We could probably get all of you at least 1 item each that you could use in a situation, which would provide you. You said, how many of you are there?
4.
4? Yeah, we could easily afford to kit you all out with each 1 free, something you could easily access during either a fight or an occasion that would give you a really big, powerful jump in skill. And if we did even more than that, probably 5 total, we might be able to get one of you something from the top shelf that would really, really help you out long term. One might call it stunt-like. You would be able to be one of those big action heroes that they always tell you about.
Oh, good. Okay, cool. Well, thanks, Uther. We're gonna go find
No
our
problem.
group.
I hope to
you
see
get
some
it
of you
for
back
talking-
later.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're gonna go talk to our group.
Hate to break your heart, Uther, but I don't think I'm coming back.
Oh, this taught me light.
Well, we're gonna go talk to our other people, and we'll hit you back in a little bit and with our decision.
Sounds good.
All right, peace. We walk out into the hallway and run into Red and Scotch.
She'll roll for it.
She'll roll for it.
Investigation roll to see if you see them coming up the stairs.
I feel like that should be like our party's like tagline. We'll roll for
We'll roll
it.
for it.
Where's your investigation
Okay.
roll? Come on. What if
Roll
they
it.
stealth past
I
you?
was gonna say you brought this upon yourself.
I know, I love it. It's great. What am I rolling for?
You're rolling an investigation check against Red's stealth.
Yikes.
Red, can you roll me a stealth roll?
Sure.
Cool. Scotch, can you roll me a stealth roll?
Oh, fuck.
You guys walk right past each other.
Oh fuck.
Can I just want to say, hey, Merlin, can you just help us find them? Where the hell are they?
Oh, good idea.
If you just turn around, I don't quite
Oh,
understand.
hey, guys!
Hey,
It's a big castle. It's a big castle.
It is a
high-fived
pretty big
everyone.
castle.
I'll roll for it.
Oh.
I high-fived everyone!
You high five so successfully. That's
You
nuts.
snapped my arm.
No, that would be if it was
Guys,
a
okay.
negative
knock
roll,
everyone
Cameron.
off their feet.
What did Uther say? What does he have to offer, huh?
I'm so sad I wasted that 3 on that. I didn't think I was
Yes,
gonna
you'll
roll
never
3.
see a green again.
I know. Okay. Yeah. Well, there's some sweet shit that we can get from Uther. I mean, I don't think that Pockets should probably go back and work if we do decide to do that. No offense.
He was a
But
bit.
I'll-
He was a bit snarkson with me. Not gonna lie, but
But I'd be happy to go back and work for it. There's some cool robotics we could add to our suits to help up all of our fight. What'd you guys find out from Blanche?
If I'm understanding... Oh, go ahead, Red. You go, Red.
I she's more of a tinkerer, I would say. I think she can give us a few upgrades, but they might have a difficulty like sort of lasting and giving permanent effects.
Well, it seemed like Uther had, if we put the maximum of time into Uther, we could definitely have some things that we could take with us everywhere. That seemed like they would be permanent, some pretty good permanent upgrades to our fighting level. So could be worth a look.
From what it seemed like to me, and this is outside the game, I'm checking with Micah, it seemed like Blanche would give us upgrades to our non-fighting equipment, not like fists and weapons, and more like our boots to get away and visors to help us, like tactical equipment. And it seemed like Uther maybe is going to help us more with our actual fighting equipment. Am I wrong about that?
That would be a mostly accurate statement. Blanche is going to be more flexible like the kind of things that it's genuinely whatever creatively like you might find use of. Things that would be more like stunts, but not necessarily actually stunts. And Uther is definitely going to be a lot more towards the heavy-fisted side.
Okay, well, I guess let's discuss Vivian because I feel like that's the most important one. How many do we feel like we all need maps? Do we feel like we just need one map?
I feel like as long as one person has a good map, I think that's okay, and someone can just be the cartographer for the group.
I was gonna say I don't even know if it really needs to be that great of a map. I just need a general layout. I heard her mention a cave, so if we could get some information about what might be down there, I think that'll be super helpful. So at least for me personally, I think I'm going to spend at least a day with Vivian, and then if I'm needed there longer, I can be there longer. But then I might go over to Blanche, see if I can't get a little quick fix from her, maybe on day 2. So
looking at this as a mathematical equation, we have 8 total days we can do things for. To get the solo map, that'll take 3 of our days. So it means we have 5 days to do whatever we want between Uther and Blanche.
Well, was there an option that was less than 3 days for one map? Because
I don't think it was. I think 3 was the minimum for Vivian. Oh, maybe not. Maybe she can give us like a general.
I
think general
yeah.
idea, but is that gonna be enough?
What do you think, Red?
I think a more advanced map, which I think that was 3 days.
1.5 days for 2 people overall. But if we're looking at as people, like 8 individual days.
What if we did Red and Pockets? You guys go to Vivian for 2 days and get the advanced map, and me and Scotch will go to Uther for 2 days and get some better equipment.
Well, no, and Red or Pockets can join us on the second day because they only need 3 total days.
I was gonna say 3 total days.
So 2 people for 1 day.
And I do have an idea of what I want to do with Blanche, if that's
okay.
Cool.
We needed 4 total days work to get the upgrades for all of us, so that'll be perfect. It'll be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
What did 3 do for us?
I thought the group upgrade from Uther was 1 day for 2 people, but it's not like a permanent upgrade.
Right, but the permanent
that one was 4 days, and I don't.
Yeah. So if Scotch and I did 2 days at Uther with the 2 of us, we could get all 4 of us a really good permanent upgrade, and then you guys could split.
No, that's one permanent upgrade, isn't it?
I thought.
So Merlin goes ahead and pipes in and says, "Hi, I assume that you guys forgot to take notes somewhere, but
yeah, thanks,
for reference, he was talking about for Uther, it's a temporary boost for 1, a temporary boost for anyone at the party, but there's 2 uses for it. A free invoke with 2 charges that anybody has access to. And for reference, this is GM me talking about the fact that a boost is +1, an invoke is +2. So that's a huge change. And then an invoke is always accessible to everybody in the party. For 4 points, it would be a free invoke for each player, and then a 5th level would be a player can get a new top quality skill, which would also come with an invoke for the party.
So, if I'm understanding this correct, if we did 5 days with Uther, one of us could get like a 4-level fight.
How many? Sorry, repeat that question.
If we did 5 days total with Uther, one of us could get like make our fight a total of like a 4.
5 days with no, you would get a new stunt.
Oh, a new stunt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you are stuntmen. Remember?
What do you guys think?
So 4 days would get us 4 free invoke.
Yeah, and
3.
No,
1 for everyone in the
4
party.
days got us 1 for everyone in the party.
I must have misheard then.
Right, Merlin?
That would be correct.
Can you repeat the 4-day one again, Merlin?
You just did.
Free
did,
invoke
yeah.
for each player.
That's it? I thought there's 2 things.
No, that would be
No,
the
that's
5th
for
day.
5, yeah.
And the 3 just got us 2 free invokes and a +1 roll. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I have something I would love to have Blanche tinker with, but I'm willing to do just the 4 days with Uther. I think 4 free invokes is pretty hard to pass.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm spending both days at Vivian right now, so I also don't get to visit Blanche.
I just
Well,
want to.
what if Dalton visited Blanche the 2nd day?
That's what he's saying. So
That,
currently,
well,
Dalton's
yeah.
the only one getting something personal out of it, essentially.
Yeah. I was
Or
gonna say
Red,
he'll
excuse
get
me,
one,
Red.
one day at Blanche, which is a personal upgrade, which I think we absolutely need at least one person to go there.
I'm super
Yeah.
glad that you guys are actually having to. I was so worried that when I was writing these up that you guys would just be like, yeah, why even care about this? Just spend all days here. So the
No,
fact that this is actually a discussion, I just want you
absolutely
guys to
not.
know I'm very, very happy that this is actually something that you guys are thinking about and discussing.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, for sure.
because the difference between was it 3 days of work at Uther versus 4 is way too big to pass up. I think if 3 days total at the Vivian lady is what we need to take a map, I absolutely need to do that. And
They're on
then
the board.
it would really depend at that point, Red, where you want to go. If you want to stay here, if you want to go to Blanche, or
Listen, if you have something
wanna...
really important, I'm okay with ceding the time, but I have something that I think could be really helpful.
I was
So
gonna say
if-
I don't think that 5-day upgrade, or what would turn into that 5th day upgrade for Uther is worth going that way if you want to stop by Blanche.
My thing I'm trying to figure out is because if we send another day to Blanche, each of us gets 1 upgrade. I think, right, Micah?
So Blanche actually didn't have anything. She was specifically. Blanche was going to be the flexible one, which, based off of what you guys need, she would be able to talk to you and work with what you can get out of it. I can change that to be more structured, more like the others, to actually have like hard, gated upgrades for each of you, if that would be like what you would prefer.
Well, would we be able to each get an upgrade, a personal upgrade, if we did one person did 1 day at Blanche?
One person doing 1 day?
Yeah.
No, you would not all get an upgrade for that. That would be far too short.
But 2 people doing 1 day would be closer to it.
Substantially more. It would be something much more minor, but yes.
But we don't
I
have.
think just send Dalton for the 1 day, right?
I was
Yeah.
gonna
Well,
say
we'd have to do 3 days at Uther is my argument, but I don't think that it's worth giving up the free invokes. I think that you're right.
I was gonna say I think the difference between 3 days at Uther and 4 is vastly more
Huge.
important than.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, yeah, we'll work with Uther
Red,
then.
you can just decide what you think will be the best. Like
For you.
you could just talk
Yeah.
to Blanche and see what the best
So,
thing you could get.
In this case, Pockets, you're gonna be the cartographer. Is that right?
Yep, I'm there both days with I believe Red with me day 1.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. What?
I was to say, I think we could make the argument that if we sent Red to Blanche the first day and got his like idea sketched out, that she could use the 2nd day by herself to help finish maybe that plus a little extra of his item.
I don't know how she's gonna roll with it, but I mean it's worth a shot. I can get all the ideas from Vivian day 1, but at the same time, it either way works.
We can definitely try that out. We'll see how it goes. We'll see when the next 2 days come, when we start going through those and actually do some work with the individuals we're working with. Maybe we'll be able to see some effects that we weren't originally expecting beyond what we were promised.
Are we able to split days?
No.
No.
That being said, I told you guys I would get you out at 8, which is 9 your guys' time. So we're good to go. You guys don't need to make any of your decisions right now. Your characters are going to go ahead and go to rest And when you wake up the next day, you'll be able to finish the talking over and go to each person that you're going to help for the day that you're helping. Sound good?
Beautiful.
Cool. That's been good. With this last 4 minutes, anything you guys need to discuss last minute with me, with each other, anything at all?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say I'll just let you and Dalton decide what you want to do. Cam, my thought was just that we can maybe. I feel like with Vivian, no matter what, the 3 total days is what's going to take us to get the map, and it's not like however we rearrange that is going to help us anymore. My thought is if Dalton goes to Blanche first that day, he can get everything. He can get a ton of work done, and then get her what he wants, and then maybe she can work on it alone that second day enough to get even better results out of it. Whereas if we send her to Vivian first. Send him to Vivian first, and I think that we're just wasting a date with Blanche, is my thought. But I don't know that that's accurate. It's just a...
I was gonna say it all depends on how it ends up rolling. I just think Red, make sure you get whatever's most useful to you and assisting you first, and then going from there.
Red, what are you gonna get?
Having one person that's able to really
like,
knock it out of the park,
like a sonar / like radar device, I think would be really good.
Yeah. There you go, glasses. I love it.
Perfect.
All right, and then just before, as we're going, do we have like rooms? Where are we? Where are you resting?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Hark! Thou room has been prepared on the 3rd story of the castle.
Cool. And then, so are we all going to bed like the same time-ish?
That's really up to you guys. I would assume so.
I just want to see if I can get like a moment real quick with Pockets to discuss something.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Okay, cool.
If you want to catch me on my way back to my room, I've got nothing going on.
Yeah. So, I just real quick, I'm just running up to her. I'm like, okay, hey, listen. I look around, make sure that Scotch and Smash aren't around. Do I need to make like a roll for that?
Sure. Give me an investigation against their stealth.
Okay. Oh yeah,
I have an odd feeling like if they were there, you would have seen them.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. Yeah. So knowing the giant of a man, Macaroni, there's no way he'd be able to easily hide from you. Scott should be a little bit trickier, but you have a keen eye, especially with your friendship of knowing the kind of way he likes to hide. And you can't see anything, especially with your history of, looking for things you're not supposed to find.
Okay, perfect. I just want to approach Pockets and be like, hey, I know you got some weird trust thing, whatever. I just want you to answer this one question honestly with me really quick. Is there anything in the first room that really stood out to you, like personally concerning your background?
Absolutely.
There was.
There was some problematic locks on some of those doors. The desk seemed relatively normal. It seems like a normal key.
Hold up, stop, pause. I'm actually going to invoke you, Pockets. You don't trust him. You've been stabbed in the back so many different times. You have severe trust issues. This man, who you've only known, although he did get shot in front of you, you've only known for such a long time. You don't know him. So be a little bit careful about how you're approaching this. Sound good?
Yeah, I'm just asking for a simple yes or no.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I gave you a fate point for that, by the way. Whenever I invoke something that's like your bad side, that kind of stuff, just a heads up.
Fair enough. Well, in that case, if we're
use
going
that fate point, Game Master.
I'm gonna say no.
I already gave it to him.
No.
Oh, you gave it to him. Okay. You don't lose it?
So if he's over his refresh, then no. You actually keep. So if you're above your refresh at the end of the round or at the end of the session, the next session you start with them. That's why Red has 5 right now.
No, but you have 5, and that hasn't changed. I didn't know if that mattered.
It's just because he's Game Master.
There, are you happy?
Whatever.
Sure.
So you said no.
I much wanted to go down 1, but okay, sure.
At that point, I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna side eye you as I'm walking into my bedroom.
All right, I'm just gonna say like damn and just kind of walk away.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like completely stymie that exact occasion, but like I was thinking you could still do something. You could still talk to him. You could be like, what background? What could you possibly be talking about?
That's part of the side eye, but also it's 8, and I know people needed to get out of here.
This is very true. We can continue it more later if we need to.
I was gonna say I can bring that back.
30 fate points.
Yeah. We can start that. I will use all my fate points to go ahead and end this early, and we can go ahead and get back to that kind of discussion. Oh, you can't go negative. When we go ahead and get back.
Oh, I didn't get upsetty.
With that, upsetty?
Upsetty.
Let's bring some confetti in too. That's the best way to end these, upsetty and confetti. Especially because it looks so good on the screen at the same time. Alright guys, thank you so much for coming out. I hope you guys had a good time. Like always, if you ever have any comments, concerns, constructive criticism, feel free to DM me. Let me know.
I love this. This was fun.
You guys have a good one. I really did enjoy this.
You as well.
See you next week.
Yep.
See you next
Bye.
week.
See ya. Bye.
Wait, does anyone want to some palette?
I will. Give me like 5 minutes. All right, guys. I know that was a quicker session today, but it was honestly such a good time. I really enjoyed it. I thought we did some really, really good, just like traditional RP talking. Nothing too crazy. We're gonna get probably into a little bit more. I know apparently some of you are bigger fans of rolling, even though Fate itself is definitely supposed to be a much more rolling light. Get rolls out of the way and get RP in the front face of everything. There's probably gonna be a bit more of that tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, next week, when they actually start working with Uther, Vivian, and Blanche. And hopefully my accents will be slightly less terrible. But who cares? Uther Gearbringer brings the gear. I will go ahead and play us out. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.